So my name is Vicky, and today we're joined with
Allie, a past Tompkins Orchestra member.
yes, and we are so excited that you're back here today. That's incredible. Why did you decide to come back?
Well, I move into college tomorrow, so I was
Uh-huh.
just visiting some friends and teachers before I left.
That's really nice. And you were a student with us for how many years?
For the usual amount of time
Uh-huh.
you're in high school.
Incredible. So you didn't have to repeat any years or
No, I
anything.
didn't repeat any
Wow,
years.
that's incredible. See, I see orchestra students who are here for like 20 years, and I just don't understand why they're still here. How many times did
Yeah,
they fail
exactly.
calculus?
Yeah, like Mr. Porter, he's been here since like way before I was a student. So
Yeah,
like
it's pretty tough. So you said you're moving into college. What college?
I'm going to the University of Texas at Austin.
Okay. Okay, how is that? Like admissions are so tough.
Yeah, it's really hard to get in nowadays, and I think like the application process, like it's so hard to know what they want now
Yeah.
because it's like an impossible balance between like extracurriculars or like your academics.
It's interesting because you keep coming back to orchestra, and I feel like obviously not every senior does that. We just had like by chance we had like 4 or 3 ex orchestra kids come in. Why do you said you kept coming back to say hi to teachers? Are you think you're gonna keep doing that throughout the years?
Probably not throughout the semester, but
Mhm.
probably like at the end of the semester when I come back from break.
Mm-hmm. And how long do you think you'll be coming back? Do you think when you're like 25, you'll still be here?
Oh, yeah. There's just gonna be a random 30-year-old
Yeah.
and like she doesn't even know anyone. She just like comes into the orchestra room and like looks at them.
Maybe when you're like 50 and you have your own
Uh,
child in orchestra, you'll make them
Ooh.
go to this orchestra.
Oh yeah, maybe I will.
Mhm.
Maybe
Like
I'll.
you live in Seattle, but you send them over to Tompkins.
Yeah, every single day I fly them down.
Mm-hmm.
I probably will keep coming in the next few years because my cousin Delise still goes here.
Yes.
So I mean, at least there's a reason to be here. I'll always know at least one person. But beyond that, I don't know. Maybe I won't live in Texas anymore, so I don't even know.
Oh, where are you thinking about moving?
I don't really know. It could be anywhere.
You've gone to so many places.
Yeah.
What's like your favorite spot?
Mm, I was in Tokyo this summer, and honestly, like that was probably like one of the best places I've ever been. First of all, everything was so cheap because their like economy is like really bad. But I mean that's not good for them. But I mean it was good for me. And like but they're also like everything's so clean and the city is so well organized. Um that was like everything was just perfect, I think.
So you mentioned that you have Delise, who is your cousin, and she's still in orchestra, and you also have Abby, who's your sister and
Mhm.
currently a junior. That's really how you have such like a close family dynamic. How has it always been like this?
Um, I think so. My family all lives in Houston, and I see my family like pretty often. But I think it's just like since Delisa's gone into high school, we've all been more of friends than just like cousins or siblings.
That's really interesting. And now you're going into Austin, which is a big change from Houston. I mean, the city there is crazy. Oh, you went on a trip recently with Peter and some of the other orchestra.
Some of the
friends.
orchestra
Do you want
seniors.
to talk about that?
Oh, sure. I'm not really sure why we chose Austin since half of us are like moving to Austin. But yeah, the whole trip was really fun. It was fun to spend like 3 days with like some of my favorite people in high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, it also made me realize how like we're all going different directions. And I think like it's like weird because when you go to college, like I'm not sure if I'll be like meet those type of people again. It's like orchestra is what held us together in high school or something.
It's like one last hurrah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's so interesting how like the plan left the group chat. I would have never.
Yeah.
It's never happened for me. It's
Yeah.
never worked out that well.
It was like mostly Peter, I think.
Oh.
I think if I had planned it, the boys wouldn't have wanted to go
Uh huh.
just because I don't know, I guess Peter's more persuasive.
Wow.
Yeah.
It'd be what it be. If you had planned it, I think it would have been a better trip.
Yeah,
I don't
it
even
would
know
have
what
been
it was like, but it would have been better. I
Yeah,
know
it just
that
everything
much.
would have been better.
Exactly. 'Cause, she planned it. The Instagram pictures would have been amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
The cafes, always the local small businesses,
Yeah.
all the deeds.
Wait, I have some questions for you, Vicky.
Oh my God. Okay.
So at the beginning of summer, I was just like so inspired by you and like Ian and like all these people like on my Instagram feed. But like but so I got like a camera.
Yeah.
But I noticed that you went to a film class over the summer. And your recent work has been like crazy inspiring. Like I really wanted to do a film class when I'm in college. Just like
Really?
yeah, just for fun, I think. Or like I don't know if I'll be like do a making film or like maybe film history, but like that stuff is so interesting. Like cinematography and how it like helps the story along. So, how was your film camp? Did you like learn a lot of things?
Well, I went to the UT Austin film camp, so what I was mostly looking for was learning about what the college itself would be like, the program, the people. I already knew a lot of it because I am a film nerd, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I love film. And it was what was really interesting was they finally put a word to things I'd already noticed and knew, like jump cuts, the different kinds of shots, and storyboarding is a major part of making these kinds of projects. You have to know what direction you're going to take it before like the actual day of the event. So when we were filming our video for the Olympics, which was interesting, it's a very home video, and some parts had more effort than others, but it was overall did what it had to do.
I think like thinking about last year when we did the Barbie video, and I don't know, I've done a lot of videos like for orchestra. It's so hard trying to organize all these people and trying not to be too overbearing because like it's knowing that not everyone is that serious. Thanks for having me, Vicky. This was an amazing podcast episode.
Oh, thank you. You know, I did my best.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Allie.
No problem, Vicky. It was so much fun. I think I want to be on a podcast now.
You have a wonderful voice. I think
Oh,
you'd be
thank
great
you.
for
My voice sounds
podcasting.
different in these headphones. I swear this is not what I actually sound like.
Thank you, Allie.
Yeah.
Okay, hello, I'm Vicky, and today I'm joined with
Bella,
Rachel,
Nicole.
Hello, thank you so much for coming back. When did you guys graduate?
So we're all class of 2023. So we graduated just 2 years ago, and now we're college sophomores.
Okay. And like, oh, you guys already have a year of college. Like, oh my god, what are your majors?
So I'm currently switching to computer science.
I'm planning on declaring a major in economics.
And I'm computer science major and maybe also a math double major.
Do you guys all go to the same university?
No, I go to the University of Houston.
I go to Wellesley College, which is in Massachusetts.
And I go to MIT, which is also in Massachusetts. So I'm pretty close to Rachel.
Yeah, we get to see each other.
And all of you were in orchestra in 2023 you guys graduated, so before that you were in orchestra for 4 years.
Right.
What was it like? Because you guys are obviously all very close if you're still talking together. And you're not even that close by to each other.
I think, orchestra definitely changes depending on the people that are in it. So when we came in as freshmen, there were a lot of different people. Obviously, the seniors seemed really scary to us, which I think is pretty universal for most underclassmen. Like, the upperclassmen are going to seem pretty scary. But yeah, it was definitely its own kind of memory. Like when we first got here, we weren't totally used to things and we were still getting accustomed to join an orchestra and going to all the socials. And then by the time we were seniors, we felt pretty experienced, I think. So we were able to help a lot of underclassmen, I think, adjust. And yeah.
Yeah. We were in like the same orchestra for all 4 years and we played in the same like string quartet too. So that was really nice. We had that like bonding experience.
That's really cool. You guys were like so hooked up together. And that you stayed friends throughout the years. Did you guys keep communicating throughout college? How do you guys keep in touch?
Well, it's mostly like occasionally we'll talk, but a lot of times during the breaks we'll be like, oh yeah, let's go meet up and we'll do something. But yeah, I think it was really fun, and especially after you graduate and once you're in college, you realize like how valuable that experience was. Like maybe in the moment it was like, oh yeah, it's like our assignment was to be in an ensemble. But then after that, it's like a lot more rewarding. You realize like, oh, I kind of miss it,
And Mr. Porter will probably say this a lot. Like, he mentions how important orchestra is and how it's like its own family. And I feel like you don't really understand what that means until after you leave. So you're really not going to find another environment that's as warm and welcoming as Tompkins Orchestra is.
Yeah, that's why you see like I guess people like us visiting the orchestra room even after we've graduated all the time. So
No, it's really nice. From like even from someone who like last year, a lot of people would visit, and like I didn't know them, but it was nice to think that the orchestra experience was so impactful. You'd want to come back. In my opinion, high school, although it's like it's not the worst time of your life, but, like the first thing you want to do is leave and move on with it, and you guys want to come back. That's really interesting.
I think at first a lot of us were also like, yeah, let's just go. But then like occasionally it'll be like, oh yeah, let's go back, and then like sometimes we're a little hesitant, but once we are back, it's like, it's a lot of fun.
yeah, a lot of good memories.
What do you think your best memories were?
Honestly, I don't know, because I feel like in the moment it was like really exhausting. Like you have rehearsals like every week, but I definitely liked. Honestly, I think the best memories were after school. Like just being in the orchestra room, like when you're just practicing, like people will come by and then you like sometimes practice with other people. So like being in orchestra itself is fun. The rehearsals are fun, but I think it's the environment that makes it so much fun. Like not necessarily just practicing, but like having somewhere to go to after class. Like after 7th period and you're tired, you just sit in the orchestra room and you talk to people. I think that's really fun too.
I was actually going to say like the exact same thing. I feel like you can't really pinpoint one exact memory from orchestra, at least for me. Like it wasn't just one social, it was more so the fact that I get to see the same people every day and grow closer to them day by day. And just after school, when all of your friends are in the orchestra room, and you get to meet new people too during the year. So that's always really nice, because I feel like just being in orchestra together is something that you can bond over. Like there are people that I didn't know in my classes who I asked if they were in orchestra, and they said yes, and then we started getting closer. So just that kind of connection is really valuable.
Yeah. I don't want to repeat what they said, but if I have to like pinpoint something specific, I guess like since we did like a lot of trips for orchestra, I would say like some of those trips were really fun. Like we did like a Disney trip in freshman year, and then we also traveled to like San Antonio, NOLA, like so many different places, and then it was just really fun because like it's the same group of people, and then you know them really well, so it's just like really great time. Like even the trip there, just like talking, joking around. So yeah, that would be some of my fun.
Interesting connection that we have like in orchestra. How you can feel so at ease with them, and it's so easy to befriend people in orchestra just because at least you have the common ground to start talking. I think that's usually the hardest part. You guys were also are you guys doing orchestra in high school in college?
I'm not, just because I was so busy, but I've still been thinking about it, like hoping to see like, oh, maybe next year I can join again, looking at like the audition stuff and the rehearsal schedule. But yeah, not for right now, but I definitely do miss it. But I have heard like college orchestra is a little different from high school orchestra, because I guess like high school you have a closer community. So I don't know, still thinking about it though.
I did orchestra for part of my first year at college, and then I also was involved in like an ensemble. I did a quartet and then an octet. And I also started taking private lessons at my college because that's something that was available to me. So yeah, I would say I'm still, keeping in touch with music, and I'm planning on auditioning for orchestra next semester. So too.
Yeah, I'm not involved in music anymore, but still considering like trying out for orchestra, maybe like next semester, or next school year. And I'm also taking like a music class this fall semester, which should be interesting. It's like a music history class. Yeah.
Are you guys looking to minor in your music history Are you guys looking to minor in some kind of music, or is it just more like a personal thing to be in orchestra?
I think personally, I enjoyed performing music more so than obviously the learning is going to be interesting for some people, but for me, it was the fact that I got to play with other people and learn about what personal connection I have with the music. So I have taken a music theory class. I took one last year actually, and it was fun. But I don't think I'm going to pursue like a professional degree in music. But
I would consider minoring. I would say like MIT's music program is a little bit different because they do a lot of like music production stuff, or like I'd say like digital music rather than like music performance. But it's something I would consider. I don't have to decide that until later on in college, so yeah.
Yeah, my school doesn't have like music minors or music performance minors. It's mainly just like music education. so I never really considered it. But I know there are some like smaller ensemble groups, like chamber groups you can join. But I think you have to be a music major to join that. So I'm still, I haven't considered music majoring because you have to take like a lot of piano classes, like singing classes and everything. So I'm mainly just keeping it as like a hobby for now and just something I do for fun.
So none of you would consider like DJing at a party?
I mean, that sounds fun. I mean,
That sounds a bit stressful to me. It's okay, you got it. Next time.
I mean, not me, but if you find music like something that you're passionate about, for sure, go for it. Yeah.
So I will pursue my DJ dreams.
You got this.
Thank
you got it.
You.
Thank you so much for talking with me. This has been wonderful, and this
Thank
has
you for
been
having
one more
us.
time our names. Vicky.
Bella?
Rachel.
And Nicole.
Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you.